Hi folks, welcome back to the Astrophotography channel and thanks for tuning in. In this particular video... Oh, wait, something's wrong here. Just a minute. Much better. In this particular episode I want to show you what Jupiter looks like through a small telescope. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So actually I want really badly to image Jupiter with this badass telescope. It's an 8-inch f12 classical Cassegrain from Telescope Service, and it has a focal length of 2436 millimeters. But for 2 nights in a row I tried to collimate this new telescope, but I couldn't get it collimated. So first thing in the morning I will go with this telescope to a professional dealer, to a professional astrophotography shop, and hopefully they can explain to me how the primary and the secondary mirror can be collimated. But for now I thought it would also be nice just to show you what you can expect when you buy a small APO, an 80mm refractor like this one. So I have my Telescope Service Photoline F6 refractor here. It's these wide field refractors, they are perfectly suited for deep sky wide field astrophotography. So you just take some long exposure pictures of incredible nebulae and you will be amazed. But a lot of people on my channel also ask me, what can I expect when I take one of these babies and I want to do some planetary imaging. So tonight we're going to try that out. I would say the focal length is pretty short. I only have 480 millimeters of focal length, and normally I would say you need at least 2000 millimeters of focal length to get some planetary details. The details on the surface of those planets, because keep in mind the planets are 1/60th the size of the moon, even at the best of times. So, but still I have a Barlow lens, a 2.5 Barlow lens, so that will get me to about 1250 millimeters of focal length. Yeah, let's just go for it and I will show you what you can expect. So one trick I often use when I want to find an object during twilight, so before I had the chance to polar align, is just to slew the mount towards the moon in this case, or maybe one of the planets. And then I will use the altitude and the azimuth screws here to align the mount. So I will not use my arrow keys on the hand controller or EQ mod. I will just realign my mount using the azimuth and the altitude screws. And I also use my red dot finder here. So this is my red dot finder. Hope you can see it. And yeah, actually this red dot finder, I aligned it already with the telescope during the day. So most of the time I will then be able to find the object even before I have polar aligned my mount. This is the moon through my 480mm refractor and my ZW-0178 MC Cool camera. And I really like this shot because, as you can see, the moon nearly fills my field of view. And yeah, it's beautiful right now. You can see the moon is about 3/4 and there are a lot of details visible tonight.
So hi folks, I have to be quiet because everybody is asleep, but you can see here Jupiter through my 480mm focal length APO refractor. You can see it's just a very tiny dot in the night sky. So this is the same view as we just saw on the moon. And then you can see like it's Jupiter is like 1/60th or even smaller. as compared to the size of the moon. So now I'm going to introduce my 2.5 Barlow lens. This is a Jupiter with my Barlow lens, my 2.5 Barlow lens. So we have a focal length of about 1250 millimeters. You can see that Jupiter is a little bit more visible on this focal length, but still Jupiter appears as a tiny dot on your screen. And what you can of course always do is to reduce your pixel size. So here this is an 800 by 600 millimeter pixel view. Actually you can see here that Jupiter is now visible.
So I'm currently on my way to Ganymede, not one of the moons of Jupiter, I wish, but actually Ganymede, or Ganymedes in Dutch. It's a major astronomy shop in the Netherlands. They are also the main celestial dealer, and I have an appointment with Jeroen, and I'm really hoping that Jeroen can help me to collimate my classical Cassegrain telescope. I tried to collimate the telescope using Altair as a star the last 2 nights basically, but no matter what I did, I tried to adjust the secondary mirror, but I couldn't get it collimated. Maybe the primary mirror is also also out of alignment, so I will ask Jeroen for some advice on that, and hopefully we can get it collimated, and hopefully I can understand how this works, so that I can also do it in the future and make a video on collimating a classical Cassegrain in the process. I just finished talking to Jeroen from Ganymedes. He's a really nice, really wonderful person, and we quickly came to the conclusion that I probably overcompensated one of the 3 screws, so there was a little bit of friction in the secondary mirror, and because of that, when you're going to slew to a second or a third target with your mount, then it can well be that the mirror loses its alignment with the primary mirror. So that's probably what's going on. So basically I have to be more careful and make very minor adjustments to the 3 screws of the secondary mirror, and then I should be fine. So I will just try that out again, and let's see what happens.